Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. Today we're going to be talking about Hbar and how we get to my price targets of $3 to $6 to $10 to $15, and where the conservative pretty much price targets range, as well as, pretty much comparing it to a few assets. Now I do want to talk to you guys about 5 other assets in regards to Hbar, because they are all going to account for the reasoning behind my price targets. Those 5 assets include ADA, XRP, Doge, Solana, and down here, Polygon or Matic. So, first and foremost, I hold Matic. I still hold XRP. I did not hold Solana. I still don't. I never held Dogecoin, and I did hold ADA, but I ended up transferring my ADA over to Hbar. I'm totally happy with it, totally fine with it as well. So, in regards to Hbar, how do we get to my price targets? Where is my conservative price targets, and so forth? Well, very, very simple. So let's actually go look over at the Hbar chart. So first and foremost, I do just want to show you guys a few of our price range targets. So from our current lowest point back in January of 2020 to our all-time high, it is roughly about 4,800%, roughly almost 5,000%, which to a lot of people that might seem like a lot, but it actually isn't, realistically speaking. So why is this important to know? Why is this important to even understand as well? Well, it's very simple. So first off, I do have a few charts on the screen here. First and foremost, this is our ADA chart, roughly about a 16,000% almost pump this bull run, with a lot of individuals saying that we could go much, much higher. We also see Solana with a little bit of a swift 27,000% of an increase in price, as we do see even the lowest point down here. Now, this didn't really have a bull run before this year, so this is actually one of the best assets to go off of in terms of Hbar and where Hbar could go, because Solana, like I said, is a very new asset as well. So I think that this is a perfect asset to also compare with Hbar in terms of our percentage. Now, we also see XRP. I have the 2017-2018 bull run of 70,000% of an increase in price, with the high being about $3.84. That is pretty much the target point that we hit on an exchange going back to 2017 and 2018. So a lot of exchanges were showing different prices, but $3.84 is our real all-time high currently, but I'm going off of the all-time high shown on the chart. So that is roughly about a 70,000% of an increase in price. And then we also have our projected price target, which is about roughly 25 cents. This bull run off of our lowest pinpoint, which is roughly about a 21,700% of an increase in price. Now, I do also want to show you guys 2 other charts, all right? And that is Matic. So when we look at Matic, we do see that Matic did roughly about a 25,600% of an increase in price this bull run already. Now, we do know that this could go much higher this bull run. This is still one of my holdings. I still hold quite a bit. I do believe in Matic going much higher, especially once we do see a lot more of their updates pushed live. But we do see that roughly there is a little bit of, an overall insight here. Basically, a lot of these assets are doing about 20,000% of increases of price this bull run almost already. Now, I do also want to talk to you guys about Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is actually very different. We did roughly about a 67,000% of an increase in price this bull run already. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that are different in regards to Dogecoin and, for an example, Hbar. For an example, Dogecoin did have a lot of publicity behind it in regards from Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, and a lot more news publicity as well. Plus, also, it was listed on Robinhood. Again, even going back to Matic, Matic was listed on Coinbase and a lot of other main pretty much exchanges. ADA listed pretty much on every single exchange as well. Now, even going to XRP, right? XRP is delisted from pretty much all exchanges, but we do know that during this run, it was pretty much listed on most exchanges, not Coinbase though, until 2019. but we do know that during this run here, we really don't need much exchanges. We already have the publicity and everything that we need. ADA does have a lot of shilling and marketing behind it. Solana just did a monstrous run out of nowhere. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were not, so much shilling it. So this actually happened, I would say, a little bit more organically, which is very good to see. Matic did its run off of pretty much nothing, but again, Matic was listed on major exchanges, so pretty much a lot of these did have a little bit of an upper hand, but I would say the most, one that we could pretty much compare to Hbar is probably Solana, but Solana is still on major exchanges as well, like Coinbase, so it is, there's a few things that are different in regards to these two assets, but if we go off of just, say for so a 20,000% of an increase in price, which it seems to be, a good mid-tier price target. Now again, just imagine a 67,000% of an increase in price. That would be crazy. So where does 20,000% get us? Where does that pretty much have us lie? So 20,000% would only get us to about $1.86. Again, a lot of people are happy with the $1.86. I'm totally fine with the $1.86 or so. It doesn't really matter to me. But I do think that Hbar is going to be one of those assets that gets a massive FOMO event to happen, where we could see, 27,000% of an increase in price. But I also think that we could see something like Dogecoin, where we will see a 67,000% of an increase in price. So let's actually see where that will lie. So a 67,000% of an increase in price would bring us to about $6.22. Now again, I am going off of the lowest price point down here of about the 2020 January prices. We could technically go off of the March of 2020 dip, but I don't think that that is, pretty much fair overall, because I'm still going off of the lowest pinpoints on all of these assets. Now, I do have price targets up at $10 plus. $10 plus is my personal price targets, and I'm going to tell you exactly how we get here. So at $10, I'm going to be completely upfront with you guys. That would be roughly 108,000% of an increase in price from the lowest point. Do I think that this is possible? Yes. How do we get there? Why is this possible? And so forth, right? So obviously, my highest target point for Hbar is about roughly $15. Now, I don't think that $15 will happen this bull run. That is roughly about 162,000% of an increase in price. That is not the reason why I don't think that it will happen. I just don't think that it has a lot of mainstream, publicity behind it. The reason why I do think that $10 or 108,000% of an increase in price could happen this bull run is because of its use cases and its utility factors and what's happening in Q4 with sharding. So there's a lot of big differences between Hbar and a lot of these other assets that I mentioned in this video. For example, comparing Hbar to Dogecoin is pretty much night and day. But we do have a lot of news to still come out in regards to Hedera Hashgraph. For example, like I said, sharding in Q4, which will allow us to have unlimited transactions per second. There's no real marketing behind Hedera Hashgraph just yet, until there actually is. Now, we also know that there is going to be GC members released, and we do know that they are going to be doing a lot of things in regards to innovation happening very, very soon. Now, overall, price discovery and FOMO events could be absolutely crazy. We don't know where the actual true value will lie, because we could do a massive 80,000% of an increase in price, similar to what XRP did back in 2017 and 2018, where we will reach those major targets of $10 plus. But how do we get there, and what will actually happen is just major FOMO. Now, we already know that the fundamentals are there. The project fundamentals are there, 100%. The team updates are there. It actually kind of reminds me of what Matic was doing before it did jump out. Matic was pretty much leaving us with a major update pretty much every single day, almost weekly as well. And it wasn't moving for a very long time until it actually finally broke out of its wedge and went into price discovery. I think that the same thing will happen with Hbar, where we will finally see the price catch up to the innovation behind it. But we also know that Hedera Hashgraph also has the opportunity to reach these major price targets, because I do think that it could have a similar market cap to a lot of these other DLT technology assets like XRP, ADA, and so forth. But also, it is superior technology to blockchain right now, and I don't think a lot of people realize what it actually is. So I think that once people actually realize it, or pretty much the potential behind it gets simplified into a easy to understand format, I do think that a lot of people will basically buy into it. Same with like ADA, right? A lot of people don't really understand smart contracts. Like, a lot of people don't know what smart contracts actually do. They don't know what dApps are, but retail investors buy into it because it's easy to understand in a terms of marketing or just the overall, shilling of YouTube. So realistically speaking, I do think that we could do an ADA run. I think that we could do a similar Solana run, and I also think that we could do this same run that we did back here on XRP. Now, realistically speaking, to the highest pinpoint here, this was about 82,000% of an increase in price. I do think that we could do something like Dogecoin did as well, off of project fundamentals alone, right? I think that once people realize that we are doing unlimited transactions per second, we already did 1.6 billion this year already, right? I think that that's where a lot of people are like, all right, wow, this is a force to be reckoned with, because even our GC members compared to most projects is very, in my opinion, interesting to see. So I think that that is a big selling point as well. And also, just overall, we don't know what this is actually going to do, because this is the only bull run that it's had. It wasn't here during 2017 and 2018, and either was Solana, and we do see what Solana already did, and I do think that Solana will go much higher. I actually think that it could double this run and actually go to about $240 this bull run alone, and that will be roughly about almost a 50,000% of an increase in price, and who knows, it could go much higher than that. But this will give it roughly about a $60 billion market cap, so it is what it is. I do think that Hbar will definitely hit this nice target point of $10. Of course, I'm going to be taking my profits. I told you guys where my target points are for this. As you guys see, I have 10% at 3, 15% at 5, 20% at 6, and then my 45% sell-off is at that $10 zone. And then the rest, I don't even know where we go after that. But if we do hit $15, that's pretty much my last selling point. So with that being said, I'm going to be watching price action very closely on Hbar to see what ends up happening. We are still a little bit in the clear. I think that we just have a little bit more time before we truly break out on Hbar. So with that being said, I hope that all kind of clears up the idea on where we actually go, how do we get there, and so forth. I know that, percentage runs and stuff like that, it is a very hard idea to pretty much keep up with and also kind of grasp, especially in regards to other projects and where they ended up, because I know that it's not the best way to figure out where our price targets actually lay, but like I said, I do think that we could easily see something like that, or a major update in regards to a GC member, or even just the project fundamentals alone that could really induce a FOMO event. But I do think that we definitely need marketing. So I definitely think if the team pretty much said, hey, let's market it a little bit better, I think that that would actually add a lot of value to it as well. So with that being said, I hope that that clears the picture up for a lot of people. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.